Tommy? Sweetie, why are you still here? The bell rang 5 minutes ago. I... I don't want to go. Hey, what's going on? Did something happen? Everything is wrong, Miss Johnson. Everything. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. What feels wrong? I hate English. I hate speaking it. I wish I never had to speak English ever again. Oh, Tommy, that's a really big feeling. Can you tell me why you feel this way? Because I'm terrible at it. Every time I open my mouth, I say something wrong, and people laugh. They always laugh. Someone laughed at you today? Yes, during reading time. You asked me to read the sentence out loud, remember? I remember. You did a good job. No, I didn't. I said, he don't like pizza. And Jake whispered, doesn't, really loud. Then Sarah giggled. Then Marcus. Everyone was looking at me like I'm stupid. I heard Jake, and I addressed it. But I can see it really hurt your feelings. It's not just today, Miss Johnson. Yesterday I said, I go to the park tomorrow. And Jake laughed again. Last week, I said, she have a cat, and everyone corrected me. I feel like I'll never get it right. Come here, honey. Opens her arms. Why is English so hard? My friends speak it perfectly. Even the little kids in first grade sound better than me. Tommy, can I tell you something really important? What? You're being really, really hard on yourself, and I need you to know something. You're not terrible at English, not even close. But I make mistakes all the time. Everyone makes mistakes, sweetheart. That's what I want to talk to you about. But first, take a deep breath with me, okay? In and out. Okay, good. Now, I want to ask you something. Is it okay if we talk about this? Really talk about it? I guess so. Thank you for trusting me. Let's start from the beginning. When did you first start feeling afraid to speak English? I think maybe 2 months ago, when we started the new unit about past tense.
The past tense unit. That's when we learned about walked, talked, went, saw, all those different forms.
Yeah, that's when it got really confusing. In my language, past tense is easier. But in English, some words add ed and some words change completely. Like go becomes went. That doesn't make any sense.
You're absolutely right. It doesn't make sense at first. English has a lot of weird rules. Can I tell you a secret?
What?
Even native English speakers, people who have spoken English their whole lives, sometimes get confused by the rules.
Really?
Really. My own daughter, she's 8 years old. And last week she said, I bringed my lunch to school. She should have said brought, but she said bringed because she was following the ed rule. Even kids who grow up speaking English make these mistakes.
Your daughter makes mistakes in English?
All the time. And you know what? I don't get mad. I don't laugh. I just gently correct her and we move on. Because that's how learning works.
But it's different for me. English isn't my first language. I should be trying harder.
Tell me, look at me. How many languages do you speak?
2. My language at home and English.
2 languages. Do you know how amazing that is? You know what I call people who speak 2 languages?
What?
Bilingual. And bilingual people are special. Your brain is doing something incredible. It's switching between 2 completely different sets of rules, 2 different ways of making sounds, 2 different ways of putting sentences together.
I never thought about it like that.
Most of the kids in this class only speak 1 language, but you speak 2. And yes, you're still learning English, but that doesn't make you bad at it. It makes you brave for trying.
I don't feel brave. I feel scared.
Can I tell you what real bravery is?
Okay.
Real bravery isn't not being scared. Real bravery is being scared and doing it anyway. Every time you raise your hand in class, even though you're worried about making a mistake, that's bravery. Every time you read out loud, that's bravery. Every time you try to answer a question in English, you're being brave.
But what if I make a mistake?
Then you make a mistake. Tommy, do you know what mistakes are?
Bad things?
No, sweetheart. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. Mistakes are your brain learning. Let me tell you a story. Would that be okay?
Okay.
When I was in college, I decided to learn Spanish. I was so excited. But on my first day, the teacher asked everyone to introduce themselves in Spanish. I was so nervous.
What happened?
Well, I wanted to say, estoy emocionada, which means I'm excited. But instead, I said, estoy embarazada. And the whole class started laughing.
Why? What does that mean?
It means I'm pregnant. I told everyone I was pregnant when I just wanted to say I was excited.
Really?
Really. I was so embarrassed, my face turned bright red. I wanted to run out of the classroom and never come back.
But you didn't stop learning Spanish, right?
No, I didn't. And you know why?
Why?
Because my teacher did something wonderful. She smiled at me and said, "That's okay. That's a common mistake. Now you'll never forget the difference." And she was right. 20 years later, I still remember that mistake, and I've never mixed up those words again.
So, mistakes help us remember?
Exactly. Mistakes are like sticky notes for your brain. They help you remember the right way to say things.
But it still feels bad when people laugh.
You're right. It does feel bad. And I'm going to talk to the class tomorrow about being respectful when someone makes a mistake. But Tommy, I want to teach you something that might help you feel better. Want to learn about how your brain works?
My brain?
Yes, your amazing, wonderful brain. Okay, imagine your brain is like a garden. When you're learning something new, like English, you're planting seeds.
Seeds?
Yes, seeds of knowledge. Every new word you learn is a seed. Every sentence you practice is a seed. But here's the thing about gardens. Do plants grow overnight?
No, they need time.
Exactly. And what else do they need?
Water? Sunshine?
Yes. And in your brain, practicing is like water and sunshine. Every time you speak English, even if you make a mistake, you're watering your garden. You're helping those seeds grow into strong plants.
So, when I make a mistake?
You're still watering the garden. You're still helping your brain grow. Making a mistake doesn't kill the plant. It's part of the growing process.
Wow, I never knew that.
And here's something else really cool. Scientists have studied the brain and they discovered something amazing. Do you know what happens in your brain when you make a mistake?
What?
Your brain actually grows. There's this little electric signal that zaps through your brain, and it makes your brain cells connect in new ways. It's like your brain is saying, "Oh, that's not right. Let me fix that and remember the right way."
So, my brain is getting smarter when I mess up?
Exactly. But only if you keep trying. If you stop speaking English because you're afraid, then your brain doesn't get those signals. It's like stopping watering your garden.
So, every mistake makes me smarter.
Yes. And you know what else? The more mistakes you make now, the better you'll be later. Because each mistake teaches your brain something new.
But, Miss Johnson, it's not just the mistakes. It's how I sound when I speak English.
What do you mean, honey?
My accent. I sound different from everyone else. I sound weird.
Tommy, Can I tell you something really important about accents?
Okay.
Accents is beautiful. It tells a story about who you are and where you come from. It's part of what makes you special.
But Jake and Sarah don't have accents.
Actually, they do. Everyone has an accent. I have an accent too. An accent just means the way we pronounce words based on how we learn to speak. There's no wrong accent.
Really?
Really? Think about it. People in Texas speak English differently than people in New York. People in England speak English differently than people in Australia. Are any of them wrong?
No. They all speak English.
Exactly. And you speak English too, with your own special accent. Some of the most famous and successful people in the world speak English with accents. Scientists, doctors, teachers, movie stars, they all have different accents, and it doesn't stop them from being amazing.
I guess I never thought about it that way.
Your accent means you're multilingual. It means you have a rich cultural background. It means you're giving your brain an incredible workout by switching between languages. That's something to be proud of.
I want to be proud. I really do. But how do I stop being so scared? Tomorrow, when you call on me in class, I know I'm going to freeze again.
That's a great question. Let's come up with a plan together. What if I teach you some tricks that I use when I'm nervous about speaking?
You get nervous?
Of course. Last month, I had to give a presentation to all the teachers and the principal. I was so nervous, my hands were shaking.
What did you do?
I used some special tricks. Want to learn them?
Yes, please.
Okay, first trick. When you're nervous, your breathing gets fast and shallow, right? Like this?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So here's what you do. Before you speak, take one deep breath, a really deep one. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 4 seconds. This calms your nervous system. In, hold, out. Perfect. How do you feel? A little calmer, actually. That's trick number 1. Now, trick number 2. This one is about your thoughts. When you're about to speak, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna mess up. Everyone will laugh. I'm going to sound stupid.
Okay, those are called negative thoughts. And our brains love to tell us negative things when we're scared. But here's the secret. We can talk back to our brain.
Talk back to my brain?
Yes, when your brain says, I'm gonna mess up, you say back, maybe, but that's okay. Mistakes help me learn. When your brain says, everyone will laugh, you say, some people might, but I'm being brave by trying.
Mistakes help me learn. I'm being brave?
Perfect. Now, trick number 3. This one is my favorite. It's called pretend confidence.
Pretend confidence?
Yes. Even when you don't feel confident, you can pretend to be confident. Stand up straight, like this. Look at the person you're talking to and speak a little louder than you think you should.
Stand up straight? Like this?
Great. Now say, my name is Tommy, and I'm learning English.
My name is Tommy, and I'm learning English.
Good. Now say it like you're a superhero who's proud of learning English.
My name is Tommy, and I'm learning English.
Yes, that was amazing. Did you feel the difference?
Yeah, actually. I felt stronger.
That's because when we act confident, our brain starts to believe it. It's like tricking your brain into feeling brave.
That's so cool.
Now, trick number 4. This one is about mistakes. When you make a mistake, and you will because everyone does, don't panic. Just pause, correct yourself, and keep going.
What if I don't know how to correct it?
Then you have 3 choices. 1, you can say, Wait, let me try that again. 2, you can ask, is that right? 3, you can just keep talking. Sometimes people understand you even if you make a small mistake. Wait, let me try that again. Is that right? Just keep talking? Exactly. And here's a bonus trick. Trick number 5. After class, after you've spoken English, don't focus on the mistakes you made. Focus on the fact that you tried. Congratulate yourself. Congratulate myself? Yes. Say, good job, Tommy. I spoke English today and I was brave. Because that's the truth. That feels weird to say. I know, but it's important. We're often really mean to ourselves in our thoughts. We need to be our own cheerleader. Let's practice. Say, I'm proud of myself for trying.
I'm proud of myself for trying.
Louder.
I'm proud of myself for trying.
One more time, like you mean it.
I'm proud of myself for trying.
Yes! That was perfect. How do you feel right now?
Actually, I feel a little better. Not completely better, but a little bit.
A little bit is perfect. You don't have to feel 100% confident right away. Even feeling 10% better is progress.
Miss Johnson, can I ask you something?
Of course. Anything.
Can we practice? Can we practice speaking English right now? Just you and me, where no one else can hear?
I would love that. That's a wonderful idea. What would you like to practice?
Maybe talking about my day? That's what we do in class, but I always get nervous.
Perfect. Let's do it. And remember, this is a safe space. Just you and me. No judgment, no laughing, just learning. Ready? Ready. Okay, I'll ask you a question. Tommy, what did you do this morning before school?
This morning, I wake up at 7 o'clock.
Good. You're telling me the time. Can you try that first part again? This morning Thinking. Oh, this morning I woke up. So close. The word wake is an irregular verb. It doesn't follow the ED rule. It becomes woke. Can you try it?
This morning, I woke up at 7 o'clock.
Perfect. See, you got it. What happened next?
Then Pausing. I brushed my teeths.
Excellent. You used brushed perfectly. That one does follow the ED rule. The only tiny thing is teeth is already plural. So we don't add an S. We say, I brushed my teeth. I brushed my teeth. Okay. I think I can remember that. Tooth, teeth. You've got it. Keep going. You're doing great. Then, I eated breakfast. Another irregular one. Eat becomes ate. Try it. I ate breakfast. Perfect. What did you eat?
I ate
Cereal and milk. And my mom made pancakes. Wonderful. You're telling me so much detail. Made is the past tense of make. Another irregular one. I know, English is tricky. My mom made pancakes. Why are there so many irregular verbs? That's a great question. English borrowed words from many different languages over hundreds of years, so it ended up with lots of different rules. But you know what? What? The most common words are usually irregular. Words like go, eat, make, have, do, we use them all the time. So even though they're confusing at first, you'll use them so much that they'll become automatic. Automatic? It means you won't have to think about it anymore. Your brain will just know, like how you don't have to think about how to tie your shoes. You just do it. I hope that happens soon. It will. Let's keep practicing. After breakfast, what did you do? After breakfast, I go to school with my brother. Remember, we're talking about the past, this morning. So go becomes thinking hard. Went. I went to school with my brother. Yes, you remembered. That's excellent. We went to school and I saw my friend Maria. We talked about the homework. Did you hear what you just did? You corrected yourself. You caught your own mistake and fixed it. That's amazing. I did? Yes. You said I see, and then you changed it to I saw, all by yourself. That means your brain is learning. You're getting better. Really? I'm getting better? Absolutely. When I first started teaching you 3 months ago, you couldn't tell me a whole story about your morning. But just now, you told me about waking up, eating breakfast, and going to school. You used past tense verbs, you gave me details, and you even corrected yourself. That's huge progress. I guess I didn't realize.
Miss Johnson, I feel better now talking with you, but what about tomorrow? What if Jake corrects me again? What if people laugh?
That's a really important question. Let's talk about that. First, I want you to know that I'm going to have a serious talk with the class tomorrow about respect and kindness.
You are?
Yes, because it's never okay to laugh at someone who's trying their best. But Tommy, I also want to prepare you, because even after I talk to them, you might still hear corrections or comments sometimes. So let's practice how to handle it.
Okay.
If someone corrects you, like if Jake says it's doesn't, not don't, you have a few options. Option 1, you can smile and say thanks, or, oh right, thank you. This shows you're confident and you appreciate the help.
Just say thanks?
Yes, because sometimes people are genuinely trying to help, even if it feels embarrassing. By saying thanks, you show them and yourself that you're not ashamed of learning.
Practicing. Thanks. Oh, right. Thank you.
Perfect. Option 2, you can acknowledge it and move on. Say something like, oops, I meant doesn't, and then keep talking. Don't let it stop you from finishing your thought.
Oops, I meant doesn't. Then keep talking?
Exactly. Option 3, if someone is being mean about it, not trying to help, but actually making fun of you, you can use a confident response. You can say something like, I'm learning, or everyone makes mistakes.
Quietly. But what if they keep being mean?
Then you come tell me, and I will handle it. Making fun of someone for learning is not acceptable in my classroom. But Tommy, I also want you to know something else.
What?
The kids who laugh or make fun of others, often they're feeling insecure about something themselves. It doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps to understand that their meanness isn't really about you, it's about them.
Jake feels insecure?
I don't know Jake's situation, but many kids who tease others are dealing with their own problems. Maybe they're struggling with math or reading, or maybe things are hard at home. When people feel bad about themselves, sometimes they try to make themselves feel better by putting others down.
That's sad.
It is sad, and it doesn't make it okay, but it helps you understand that you don't need to take it personally. You're not the problem. You're just learning, which is wonderful.
So when someone is mean, it's more about them than about me?
Exactly. And here's something powerful you can do. You can choose not to let their words define you. You can choose to believe what's true, that you're brave, you're learning, and you're making progress.
That's hard, though.
It is hard. It takes practice, just like English. But let me teach you one more trick. It's called the positive truth.
The positive truth?
When someone says something mean or when you make a mistake and feel bad, I want you to tell yourself a positive truth to replace the negative feeling. For example, if you make a mistake and think, I'm so stupid. You replace it with the positive truth, I'm learning and getting better every day.
I'm learning and getting better every day.
Yes! Let's practice a few more. If someone laughs and you think, everyone thinks I'm dumb, what's the positive truth?
I'm brave for trying to speak English.
Perfect! One more. If you make a mistake and think, I'll never be good at English, what's the positive truth?
I'm making progress, and I'm better than I was before.
Excellent! You're getting it! And here's the thing, Tommy. These positive truths aren't just nice things to say. They're actually real. They're facts. You are learning. You are getting better. You are brave.
I never thought about it that way before.
That's because sometimes we need someone else to point out what's true until we can see it ourselves. But now you know, and I want you to remember these positive truths every day.
Tommy, I'm really proud of how hard you've worked in this conversation. You've practiced speaking, you've learned new strategies, and you've been so honest about your feelings. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. I feel a lot better than when we started. I can see that. Your whole face has changed. You came in here with tears, and now you're smiling. But I want to make sure you stay feeling good. So let's make a plan together for tomorrow and the days after. Sound good? Okay. Pulling out a piece of paper, let's write down your goals. What's one thing you want to do tomorrow in class? Maybe raise my hand once. Even if I'm nervous, writing it down. Raise my hand at least once. That's a great goal. And when you do, what will you remember? To take a deep breath first? Yes. What else? To stand straight and speak loud, like a superhero. Laughing. Exactly. And if you make a mistake, I'll remember that mistakes help me learn and I'll keep talking. Perfect. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I'm going to create a special signal just for you and me. If you're feeling nervous and you need encouragement, you could look at me and I'll give you a thumbs up. That'll be our secret sign that says, "You're doing great. Keep going," excitedly. Really? A secret sign? Really? And if you make a mistake and you see someone start to laugh, you look at me and I'll give you our sign. It'll remind you that you're brave and you're learning. I like that idea. Good. Now, one more thing. I want you to keep a little journal, just for you. At the end of each day, write down one thing you did well in English. Just one thing. It could be I spoke in class, or I learned a new word, or I corrected my own mistake. A journal just for good things? Yes, because our brains remember negative things more easily than positive things. So we have to work extra hard to remember the good stuff. After a week, you could look back and see all the things you did well. I can do that. I know you can. And Tommy, one last thing. I want you to repeat after me, okay? These are your promises to yourself. Okay? I will be patient with myself. I will be patient with myself. I will celebrate my progress, not just my perfection. I will celebrate my progress, not just my perfection. I will speak English bravely, even when I'm afraid. I will speak English bravely, even when I'm afraid. I will remember that mistakes are part of learning. I will remember that mistakes are part of learning. And finally, I am proud of myself for trying. I am proud of myself for trying. Standing up and opening her arms. Come here, you brave student. Hugging her. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Thank you for understanding and for helping me. You're so welcome, Tommy. And remember, I'm always here if you need to talk. My classroom is a safe place for you. Pulling back, I think I'm ready to try again tomorrow. I think you are too. And you know what? Even if tomorrow is hard, even if you feel nervous again, you now have tools to help yourself. You have breathing exercises, positive truths, and me cheering you on. Nodding. I have tools now. You do. You're like a superhero with a tool belt. Every tool helps you be braver. Laughing. A superhero tool belt for learning English. Exactly. Now, before you go, let me ask you one more question. How do you feel right now compared to when you first sat down crying, thinking? I feel lighter, like there was a heavy weight on my chest, and now it's smaller. I'm still a little nervous about tomorrow, but I also feel hope. Hope is a wonderful feeling. Hold on to that hope, Tommy. And remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. You don't have to be perfect tomorrow or next week or even next year. You just have to keep trying. Keep trying. I can do that. I know you can. Now, it's getting late. Your family is probably waiting for you. But before you go, give me one more confident statement. Tell me something positive about yourself. Standing tall. I am brave and I am learning English. Clapping. Beautiful. That's my student. Now go home.
That sweet boy. So much potential, so much fear. Note to self, talk to the class tomorrow about creating a supportive learning environment. Emphasize that we're all learning together, and kindness is just as important as correct grammar. Also, remember to check in with Tommy throughout the day. Give him opportunities to succeed. Maybe call on him for something I know he can answer confidently. Build him up. And I need to have a private conversation with Jake. He might not realize how his comments affect others. He's a good kid. He probably thinks he's being helpful. Tommy's goals for tomorrow. Raise hand once. Use breathing technique. Remember, mistakes are learning. Speak like a superhero. We're going to get through this together, one day at a time, one word at a time, one brave moment at a time. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Tomorrow, we all learn this lesson. Not just Tommy, all of us. Tomorrow will be better, because now Tommy knows he's not alone, and that makes all the difference.